Hey guys, Beardy here. So I was asked how I do burnt metal effects from one of my posts on my Facebook page. So I thought this might be a good video to begin some of the tutorials I wanted to do. So this is based on another painter's method I saw on YouTube, which I'll have a link to the link to that video in the description of this one. So give that a check out too, it's very good. So mine's kind of based on that, it's a bit of an approximation and a bit of an improvisation. So we have our autocannon from an old Space Wolves kit. So first things first, so to simulate the barrels heating up from sustained fire, so we're first going to add our first colour for the gradient to show the colour distortment as the barrels heat. So we're going to firstly use a colour from Vallejo Game Colour, which is their Brassy Brass. Now I'm using an airbrush for this, however you could easily do this with a paintbrush as long as you keep your paints relatively thin. So I'm going to be focusing mostly from the top of the barrels to about the halfway mark. So with the brass layer allowed to dry, now we'll apply our second layer, focusing closer to the gun barrels, mostly around the first retaining band near the front of the gun muzzles. And we're going to make up our own mixture to make kind of a metallic purple, or failing that, a metallic violet. So I'm going to be making a mixture of Citadel, Warlock purple, and then some Vallejo Model Air steel. I'm going to be doing this by eye, but roughly around 70% purple to about 30% of the metallic. So we're going to take our mixture of Citadel Warlock purple mixed with a small amount of Vallejo Model Air silver and thinned with some Vallejo thinner to a consistency like such. And I'm going to focus this colour mostly around the forward retaining band around the top of the barrels. So now we're going to start taking our final colour, which is going to be in this case Vallejo Metallic Blue, and we're going to apply this really just to the muzzles themselves, basically any area above this forward band, and that's going to be where like the weapon is getting to its hottest, just before it starts going red hot. Now we're going to add Vallejo Metallic Blue just really to the muzzles of the barrels, basically the tops of the barrels. So I'm going to be a little bit careful with my airbrush. The needle I'm using is a bit too big for this. Normally I'd have everything masked off, I don't want to spray, but since I'm just showing you the technique, I don't really mind being a bit messy. So I'm just going to focus around the tops of the barrels, like so. Again, keeping my airbrush slightly leveled and keeping a very light spray, and that way then I get a bit of a natural fade or transition between the parts or the colours. Again, keeping the airbrush about 8 inches above my piece and about 45-degree angle in relation to the actual piece I'm spraying to ensure that I get the angle I want. So there we have the main colours of our gun barrels done, with the kind of gentle colour transition between the various metallic colours we put down. And because we've watered down or thinned down our paints quite a bit, they are mildly opaque, so we do get a bit of a natural transition. However, we're going to do another layer to blend everything in, and that's going to be done with a wash of Agrat's Earthshade, but we're going to let this dry first. So now to blend all the colours together, we're going to take some Agrat's Earthshade and we're just going to brushed it along the gun barrels, really focusing on the rears of the barrels. We'll use this over null oil due to the burnished quality, or the kind of brownish quality to this colour. So it does give a nice kind of heated or charred metal appearance. Now with the aggregates down, the last thing to do is add some soot around the muzzles, and for that we're going to use some smoke pigment from AK. There we have our metallic effect on our gun barrel. Again, it's a bit dark and I'm sorry for that, but you can see the various different colours reflecting in the light, as well as the soot on the muzzles of the assault cannon. So I hope you found this useful. It's not too difficult a technique, even with a paintbrush. Just take your time and layer up as you would do any type of highlighting process, and you will still get the same result. So thank you for watching, guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.